Hey everybody, how you doing? We're gonna go over the head wound of the beast, Book of Revelation. I wanted to show you this Abraham bullet hole Ellis from the 1800s. He lived for 23 years. He carried a deep wound almost in the center of his forehead, which had originally been buried by a bullet fired at him. It went through his cap and such, and went in, and I read it said it shattered some of his skull, but obviously didn't kill him. A new phase of matter is solid and liquid at the same time. The mind-bending material would act like a sponge made of water that's leaking water. The beast. Artificial intelligence, this new science. It's going to be kind of weird coming up. Have you thought of how in the past 100 years we've gone from carrier pigeon to spy drone? We've gone from horse and buggy to the sound barrier being broken on the salt flats by motor cars? Hello. Why do I bring up this phase of matter in Abraham bullet hole Ellis? Well, here we go. But God shall wound the head of his enemies, and the hairy scalp of such a one as goeth on still in his trespasses. That Antichrist won't repent. But what is this shall wound and the head in Hebrew? Smite, shatter, wound severely, shatter, the skull casing getting shattered by a bullet, yet you still live. There's proof. Abraham, bullet hole, Ellis. And then, what is this word? His hairy head. What is this? Dig into it. Head as in, physical head, but head as in captain, top dog, the big cheese, orange American cheese. No. Who knows who it is? I don't want to know right now who it is. Eventually, we'll all find out. I hope to be raptured out of here and don't have to find out. But going to the book of Revelation, chapter 13, verse 3, and I saw one of his heads as if it were wounded to death, and his deadly wound was healed, and all the world wondered after the beast. I don't wonder after him anymore. Furthermore, in verse 12, and he exercises all the power of the first beast before him, and causes the earth and them which dwell therein to worship the first beast whose deadly wound was healed. Let's dig into that. So he was wounded, he was slaughtered, butchered. They thought they got rid of him. But then he was also, this wound doesn't just affect that single guy because he's the top dog. So it's like a plague. Remember who was alive when Kennedy was shot? Not like you were a toddler. You older folk. Do you remember the chaos and the heartbreak and the spirit shredding when JFK was assassinated? How that wounded America? Comment. Tell us how you felt during that. What do you remember from that? But then his head wound was cured, healed. But also connotates worship because they were freaking out that he's healed. Because I don't know if it's a medical restoration or the false prophet and all them besides the beast. It's the Antichrist, the beast, and the false prophet. Does the false prophet perform a miracle, lay hands on, and heal the beast? Or is it a medical procedure? Like for my cancer, I went through all kinds of treatment. That was an earth man-made thing. I was relying on a miracle, and I am still alive. So I got miracles from Jesus. Both cancers I had would have killed a lot of people. Yeah, so I'm a miracle. Thank you. But here we go. To wait upon menially, figuratively, to adore God or Cure, heal, worship. That's so odd to me how it's all put together in the same word. I guess because when someone cures you, you could, if you don't have a God perspective, a Jesus perspective, you could take, like, for example, my oncologist. If I was a pagan or atheist or agnostic, anybody on the fence or just has no representation in their mind of anything superior to them, I could fall into a trap of worshiping my oncologist for keeping me alive, but I'm not going to do it. He's just a guy, and it's a medical practice. He was practicing on me. It was an experiment. Hey, but it worked. Here we are. So this is upcoming. Look, you have your example. That's what I wanted to show you today. You think, oh, who can survive such a thing? Well, look at this guy. Look at that. I'm going to pull up a bigger picture. Let's see. Let's get this guy up here. Not regular Abraham Lincoln. This dude. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that thing. I mean, he walked for over 20 years with that, looking like that, walking around. I'm sure people marveled at that and gave him extra space. You know what I mean? Like, I'm sure he got away with extra. He had to be disciplined not to take advantage of people when they see him interact, So, but the Antichrist, beast, false prophet system, they are manipulators. They want this to happen. They're interested in the grievous head wound being dealt, and we're going to witness it. It's our generation, and that's up front in your near future. A month from now, 10 years from now, I'm not quite sure of the timing, but it's not that far off. It's not like people in the 1800s or people in the year 300 or the disciples themselves. We're supposed to wait for Jesus to come back with watchful eyes. And it's been 2,000 years. He was a teenager by now. If you take a literal 2,000 years, he was a teenager by now, right? So by the time of the end of his ministry, so 2033, if the literal a day is 1,000 years, 1,000 years is a day, and it's day to day, or at least within the year, well, we have till at least 2033, possibly, or in an hour. I don't know. I wish I knew. I will tell you if I find out anything resembling a hint. So subscribe. Click the notification. I'm speaking in tongues. The notification bell. I love Chemo Brain. Chemo Brain is awesome. It's my friend. The mark of the beast, right? That's for us. And everybody's so worried about that. Don't take some chip in your hand to buy groceries. Right now, before all that happens, you need to be on the lookout. Those of you left behind, here's your information. I don't know if the internet's going to be the same after the rapture, if you're even going to be able to find any of this stuff. So at least put it in the back of your mind. Share this video with your friends. Share my channel with your friends. I'll give you clues and heads up and information, and then you go from there and you decide if you're going to trust it or not. Balance it against your personal experience, and then take a leap of faith until you meet Jesus face to face. He's in the other realm where your 3D physical eyes can't see him yet. So trust. He's working in the background like a master chess guy, a chess master. He's a chess master, and he knows way more than the devil. So don't worry about what Lucifer's counteractions are. Jesus can keep you a step ahead like a spy. We're not supposed to really wink, are they? I know there's a Bible verse, don't wink. Can't trust a person who winks. That freaks me out. I think I should study that more. And here we are, guys. Recording time limit approached. I will soon get new software. This isn't going to last long. But thanks a lot for watching. Continue with me next time. Bye-bye.